Hello YouTube, you got Jake and Foza here again for another how-to. This one is how to properly make a new key. So as always, we have our workspace laid out, everything we're going to need for this particular project and the machine we're working with. We're using a 44 HD semi-automatic. This is a top quality machine. I love the thing. So we got the key that we need to be made, we got a couple of blanks, and then our safety equipment to work with. When I first pulled out this set of keys, I noticed that it was a little bit sticky. So every time you're going to make keys, you're working with a lock, you're always going to want to use your 3-in-1, one drop right inside, and then just run the key through. Not only is this going to help lubricate and protect the lock, but it's going to make it a lot easier the entire time to work with. So yeah, we got it nice and smooth now. Okay, all right, so for this project you're definitely going to want to wear glasses of some sort. There's nothing worse than a metal shaving in the eye. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to seat the key on the machine. This one actually comes with, as most machines do, a double guide for it. So you have to fit it in, line it up properly. You want to make sure that the guide ends right here on the key. That's exactly why it has that little cut there. Once you get it in flat, you tighten it up, double check to make sure that everything's in there properly. You're good to go. Now you get your key blank, you pop it in on the other side in exactly the same way, so that the black part lines up with the little edge of the key. Again, that's why the keys are made this way, is so you can properly lock them into the machine. Got them both locked, you're good to go. Now this is where you're going to want to put up the guide all the way to the left. On this machine we have a little pull handle here on the bottom. That's what lets us move. Alright, we got it in place. This is the guide, so as you drag it through nice and slow, back and forth a couple of times to make sure that there's not any loose pieces, and to make sure you got everything nice and deep. Now while the machine's still running, you got your key that you just made, there's a polisher on the side. This is going to take off all the burrs and spurs to make sure that it actually doesn't put any sort of metal shavings inside the lock, because that'll actually mess the lock up. You'll have to restart, you'll have to clean it out, or even get rid of it if you do it too bad. So with anything we do, you always have to test it to make sure it works. We clean the lock, it's moving nice and freely. Obviously the key goes in and out, no problem, spins. We're good to go. Now, as you know, I like to show you twice how to do it. One with a step-by-step explanation of how it should be done, showing you as we go, and one to just show you from start to finish how to do it now that you have a general idea of what needs to be done. So, just as before, you want to put down your guide. You want to seat the key that you're going to make a copy of on the guide, making sure it's nice and flat. Pushed in all the way. Tighten it, make sure everything lines up properly. Alright, you're good to go. Come in on the other side, put the other key that you're going to be making, tighten it, make sure everything's lined up properly, turn it on, pop it out, slowly and evenly, a couple of times to make sure that you don't miss anything. While you got the machine running, you want to polish it. That gets, make sure all the loose burrs and everything are gone so you don't mess up your lock when you put it inside. Spins freely. Comes in and out nice and easy. And there you go.